Flibbles, get your flibbles here. Well, hello there and welcome back to Halfsun SMP. You just caught me over here at Petals Plus trying to entice some of the members to spend a bit more of their diamonds. But since the last time, we have actually had our first sale over here. So we got 1 diamond for 1 stack of rose bushes, so not going to complain about that. Extra diamonds is always welcome. And as you can see here, I've also extended the path from what was originally here all the way to the front of the market, just to make it a bit easier for people to guide themselves over here and part ways with their diamonds. But as well as the updates over here at Petals Plus, we have some stuff going on over at Tiakoa. So the first thing that you may notice outside Tiakoa is I also extended the path all the way up to round about here it was, but Horatio has since built a store over here and he's extended the path all the way to his shop as well. He did do his a lot faster than me, so I'm glad I got mine done so he didn't have to do all the way down. But I wasn't sure if one of the other members, especially the ones that have been working on the sort of spawn area, would have done it. But no one had, so I decided just to go ahead and do it myself, hopefully. Well, I don't think they would mind, I wouldn't mind if anybody done it. But as well as sales at Petals Plus, we have some sales over here. Another 2 diamonds, another 1 diamond. Yep, so our total haul since checking last time is we got 1 diamond from Petals Plus and another 7 from Tiakoa. So now we're up to 28 blocks and 13 diamonds. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. But as well as the updates over at our businesses, I've also been up to some stuff over at the base. So let's head over and take a look. If you caught the last episode, you would have seen that we built up this barn over in our western area. And if you haven't, you can find a link to that up in the top right now. You should definitely check it out if you want to see the construction of this. Quite a big build, if I do say so myself. And coming in here, since last time, I did finally stock up on some animals. So over here we have Ranger, who is the horse in the gold armour. This was what I think was Ranger's kid. It was a baby that was beside Ranger. So I decided instead of separating the family, I would just bring them both and keep them together. And I also got Ginger and Jasper here. I got all 4 of the horses at the same time, as well as 1 of the cows. And over here, meet Babe and Hamlet, our 2 pigs that will kick off our pig breeding. Meet Maple and Barry. You can call whatever sheep Maple and whatever sheep Barry you want, and the 3rd one I will name Kevin. So Kevin was brought over just in case Maple or Barry didn't make it. Sort of like a backup sheep, but again, they'll help get us up and running. We'll start getting a sheep farm, or a wool farm I should say, up and running. And meet Bessie and Rosie. I probably should have ended up with 3 cows, but one of them did have a bit of an accident on the way here. But it was no real loss, so let's not worry about that too much, especially since I ended up getting both of the cows here. And over here, under this conspicuous block, is our first villager. So this was a villager that Broken Pixel had left in the Nether, and he no longer needed or wanted, so I've brought them over so we can start sort of getting some villagers running, get an iron farm up and running, things like that. So don't worry about them, they're safe under here. It's the safest place in here at the moment for them, sadly, but we will get them some better living arrangements soon. And under here, we'll have a quick update. I haven't done too much over here, it's just infested with zombies. That's why I was saying about the villager probably most safe up there. But yeah, I've started digging out this area, as you can see, and there's a little bit of a mine shaft running underneath this base. And for the final update for over here at our base, I have something quite special to me. This is a very first for me. I finally got myself some netherite ingots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my helmet, my pants and my boots, because I use these all the time, especially with my elytra. I don't really wear my chest plate unless I know I'm going to get into a lot of trouble. So getting these improved would be a big benefit, I think. And I'm also going to do my workhorse pick, because again, that's probably the tool I use most of all. And if we come over here, we should be able to get these upgraded. Yep, this is my first ever netherite armor in Minecraft. So I am very happy to finally get some of this. Get that on. Yep, looking very, very cool. I need to find some more. I actually just mined out a big pocket in the nether while I was watching a movie and managed to find quite a bit. And I also gave a couple of pieces to Broken Pixel because he's been letting me use some of his farms just to get things up and running. So just sort of giving him a little thank you gift. Now that we're all up to date on what's been going on around the server, let's do some building. I recently released a tutorial on how to create a modern style water tower. You can find that linked in the top right and in the description down below. And after creating that, I wanted to see if I could create a western style one for our area over here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's get building it. And there we have it, the water tower is complete. So yeah, I hope you like the design of what we've built here. I originally tried building up the main tank area using barrels because it's the wood texture and it also has some metal. Because most of the pictures I've seen of the western styled water tanks online were made up of mostly wood with some metal going along to secure it together. But I felt with the number of barrels that we needed to use, it didn't look very nice with the number of them. Then I did go on and try using blackstone, but again I felt like the texture of the blackstone didn't fit our metal design very well. But after that, I seen some people building online with pistons and I decided to give them a try. So I felt like because they have the wood up at the top and it looks quite similar to the oak texture, I felt that was a nice touch. So I decided to go with right side up ones at the bottom and upside down ones up at the top. So the wood is actually joined together. And these little silver bits here make it look like it's sort of the metal's nailed onto the wood and it just looks a lot more secure that way. I've also added in some banners here, just spilling out water. A couple of builds I've done, I've put banners. Don't really know why, I've just been really enjoying using them, but I'll leave a link to a website where you can learn how to create all the letters of the alphabet down in the description below. And then I finished up with the black stone roof, which we seen last episode actually matches up with the barn. I didn't mean that, that was an unintentional match, but helps keep the consistency of our builds and the designs fit well together. Then on the area going around the water tank, I've added some spruce planks, some oak just to break up the spruce texture, and some campfires just to make it look a little more used and run down and rustic, just a bit more detail. Then if we can come underneath here, I've used some spruce trapdoors just to basically secure our legs of the water tower together, and some buttons just to act as some nails holding cross beams together. Then underneath here, I've used slabs up there just to make sure that the water would drip out. I think that gives it a nice sort of realistic look and feel, and also again makes it look a lot more run down and old. Then because that's dripping down, I didn't want to have the ground here looking quite pristine and perfect like it is around the outside. So I've decided to come in, added in some path blocks, podzo, dirt, gravel, just to make it look really nice, messy and muddy, and that the water's really sort of seeping in and just ruining it under here. Then after I finished recording, I realised that we're probably going to get a lot of mob spawns under here, so I decided to add in these lanterns at the end, just to try and help reduce the number of mobs spawning, especially during the day. But yeah, that is the finished water tower. I really like how it turned out. Be sure to let me know what you think of the design in the description down below. But that's enough for over in this area. Let's move on to our next project. So we're just over here back at Cyberpunk Games, and I almost forgot about one last update. So since last time, I have had another couple goes at moving target, and I did manage to beat my previous score of, I think, 101. I managed to rip that down to 93. Still quite not on Dova's level, but there's no ETA on when the prize is given out, so might still have a chance to beat him, or at least get even closer to his amazing score. But that is not why we are over here today. We're over here today to, in fact, actually add a build to Cyberpunk Games. Now, this is going to be my first ever cyberpunk themed build in Minecraft, so I'm hoping that you will like what you see at the end. But I did share my design in a creative world with Broken Pixel, and he liked it and is welcoming it over here, so hopefully it is a nice build, but it's going to be a cyberpunk themed Torii gate that we're going to be adding, and it's going to have some Cyberpunk Games branding. So just a nice little bit of visual decoration about the world that are going around this road area here, and people can build up some games in between it. But that's enough talking, let's get building it. And there we have it, my first Cyberpunk Minecraft build is complete. So I'm really interested to see what you think about it. I really like it, and I know Broken Pixel likes it, and I'm hoping he likes it even more now that it's actually in the Cyberpunk Games area. And it is quite a monstrous build, but I think once people start coming over making games and we see them pop up in the plots over here, it will blend in with the area a lot more. And it is quite a nice big bit of advertisement for the area, in case anybody's flying by. Don't think they're going to miss this very easily. I tried to keep it more the traditional style using the red and the black. That's why I went with the crimson and the blackstone up at the top there. Then mixing in the more sort of cyberpunk colours with the magenta and cyan, and also using some of the warp for the trapdoors just to cover up the lights there. And then for the feet, we've got some lights going around the bottom just to help keep it as bright as possible at night time, especially I can see some mobs over there. But yeah, I really like the look of it. There is a slight little issue with the build though, so if you can guess what that is, leave it in the comments and I'd be very surprised if anyone can get it. I think for any additions possibly in the future to the build, I think maybe we could put some sort of billboards or advertisements on the legs going up at the sides. But I think for now, especially while that zombie looks like he's coming for me, I'm going to go with the sort of less is more design. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions on how to improve it and make it look better, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Feedback and criticism is welcome and encouraged. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really liked mixing up the Western themed building with the Cyberpunk themed. I think it keeps things nice and fresh. I also have to say I'm getting real Batman vibes from standing up here. But anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more episodes in the future. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye. Who are you? I'm Batman.